matching from Iowa State in the Big 12. The Cyclones at 22-8, the number 6 seeds, against the number 2 seeded UCLA Bruins with a record of 23-7. Earlier, Minnesota outlasted a gritty Clemson team 90-84 in double overtime. They await the winner here, that regional final Saturday at 3:40 Eastern Time. Hi everyone, I'm Tim Ryan with Al McGuire back here in the Alamo Dome. These Bruins of UCLA under their first-year coach Steve Lavin on fire, have won 11 in a row, playing great basketball, especially their forward group, Henderson, McCoy, and O'Bannon.
Well, you know what it is, Tim? Probably they got the best athletic ability of any team in the country on their baseline. They can all run, shoot, and jump, and the possibility of any one of them getting huge numbers offensively.
Shooting 74% from the field through the first 2 rounds. Now, is there an equalizer for Iowa State? Well, there might be, and if there is, his name is Kelvin Cato.
Well, Cato, you never know which one's going to show up. One night he could play on the next level. The next night he couldn't play in Division II. He plays a one-man zone down low and can block shots.
Well, the coach of the Iowa State Cyclones is Tim Floyd in his 3rd season. He's had 20 win seasons in each of those years. And Tim Floyd preaches defense, and that's why he appreciates the likes of Kelvin Cato and Sean Bankhead, perhaps their best overhaul defender. J.C. Holloway and Dedrick Willoughby are the backcourt. Steve Lavin, who became the head coach after Jim Herrick was let go by the Bruins before the season began. He was an interim coach, has recently been named the full-time head coach under a new 4-year deal, and he's had them cooking. O'Bannon, Henderson, and McCoy we talked about up front. Not a bad backcourt. Cameron Dollar and Toby Bailey with Chris Johnson coming off the bench. Joe Sylvester, Mike Kitts, and Ray Perrone are the officials for this nightcap edition of basketball from the Alamo Dome. Earlier, Minnesota over Clemson 90-84 in double overtime. UCLA in white. The Cyclones in gold with red trim.
Florida Stars for UCLA played the championship game in 1995 when they won it all.
UCLA Bruins, their 33rd NCAA tournament, 11-time champions. Last year, losers in the first round to Princeton. The Cyclones in their 11th NCAA tournament a year ago, they lost in the second round to Utah. Utah winner tonight in overtime against Stanford into the Elite Eight. This is their first Sweet 16 appearance since 1986. Pratt missing the first try. The follow by Cato is good.
Both teams are playing a simple man-to-man.
Dollar, the quarterback of this Bruins squad. This is Bailey. He can play guard and forward. He's the guard partner of Cameron Dollar.
Henderson wants the ball down low against Pratt. It's a mismatch.
McCoy's bounce pass intended for Henderson, deflected to O'Bannon. Kicks it back for Dollar. Dollar from the paint. We're tied at 2.
Dollar's just trying to keep the ball out of the hands of J.C. Holloway.
A mild press from the Bruins to start. Charles O'Bannon and Dollar. This is Kenny Pratt. You have to have a big night from him. This pass off the mark, kept in by Bankhead. Bankhead drives baseline, and he hits. Sean Bankhead, the senior from California, got the feed from Kenny Pratt.
He's really a defensive stopper more than he's a scorer.
Air ball, grabbed by J.C. Holloway. J.C. Holloway, the senior from McPherson, Kansas. Bankhead's feed knocked right back to him by McCoy. Cato kicks it outside, and the 3 is there from Dedrick Willoughby.
You can't give Willoughby a look. You give him a look like that, UCLA, and you're in serious trouble.
He shoots 45% from three-point range. 7-2, Iowa State lead, and Cameron Dollar is back. Two-pointer makes it 7-4.
Methodical. Iowa State does not want an up-tempo game.
John Bankhead, number 31. Up for Pratt.
Pratt likes to get down low and use his body.
Nice pass on the kick out. There's another 3 from Willoughby.
And how can you let a guy like Willoughby get 2 3-point looks this early in the ball game? He's outstanding.
Iowa Iowa State's all-time career three-point leader. New record of 184.
They're coming out on him, but they're coming out on him too late, and he got fouled, so he has potential 4-point play.
One shot for Iowa State.
(11-4), Iowa State lead.
The 7-point lead allows Iowa State to set the tempo.
Cameron Dollar for three. Won't go for him. Cato up to grab it. Foul called. First on Bailey.
It looks like the real Cato showed up tonight. We'll see as the game goes on. You never know what to expect. Sometimes he's just unbelievable, and other times he drifts off out of the game.
29 points, 12 rebounds, 8 blocks against Illinois State in the opening game of the tournament. Leads the Big 12 in block shots. Transfer from South Alabama. South Alabama with Bill Musselman put on a good show in their first round game before finally losing. Missed by Pratt, rebound by Dollar. Bailey tried to get it to Henderson. Bailey's shot for two.
Unbelievable talent. The Cyclones want to make it a little bit more of a physical game. But UCLA wants to make an athletic game.
Kenny Pratt, number 42, watched by Bailey. Pratt now drives the lane. He likes to do that. Kenny Pratt averaging 14-7 a game and gets more than 6 rebounds a game despite his lack of serious height. There's a guy with some serious height. McCoy, Jelani McCoy, the sophomore from San Diego. 13-8, 5-point Iowa State lead.
I think UCLA is going to have to pick up early and start the tempo. If you pick up defensively up court and start a tempo, hey, you give him another look. He dodged that bullet.
Willoughby off the front iron. Missing from three-point range. Still 5 points. Bailey for three. Won't drop for him. Rebound. Grabbed by Pratt. Knocked out by Dollar. Cyclones ball with 15:26 to go in the first half. A 5-point Iowa State lead.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
ISU needs a big game out of Kenny Pratt. Here he takes it down Main Street to score on the drive. But most of his scoring during this game will be from a pivot position. He's unbelievable in the pivot. Here we get another angle of Kenny going in there, penetrating, keeping his eyes up on the rim.
Kenny Pratt had 21 against Cincinnati and the squeaker 67-66 in the second round. Iowa State knocked off Illinois State 69-57 in their first round game. But it was a close call and a questionable call at the end that gave them a chance to beat Cincinnati. The Bearcats had picked by many to be a Final Four team. Scramble for the ball. Bankhead comes up with it. Holloway reorganizes the Cyclones attack.
Good call that time by Coach Steve Lavin to put pressure up court. They got to get the tempo going faster here for the Bruins.
Pratt.
They're in the zone now, a 2-3 zone.
Willoughby. 3 of those for him. 16-8, Iowa State. Dollar tries. And it'll be off Kenny Pratt. Bruins ball. Bruins have beaten Iowa State 5 out of 5. Twice in the NCAA tournament, 1993 in the West Regional, 81-70. And in the Southeast Regional in 1989 by 10, 84-74.
Offensively, the Bruins got to get Henderson into this ball game. Simple zone, 2-3 simple. Trapping the corners if they can.
Willoughby, number 22. Good pass down to Pratt. Pratt is fouled by McCoy.
Now listen up to this, gang. Watch Pratt down low. If he gets out of the gates, he's unbelievable. They say he's 6'5". If he's 6'2", I'll give you $2. He's down low here. Maybe they like let his hair grow out. But down low, he's unbelievable. He always gets the shot off. He uses his hip into you.
Yeah, I think that's a generous listing that even their SID concedes, you know, might be a typographical error in their media guide. Kenny Pratt, of course, like the pros to think that he's a bigger man than he is, but he's plenty big enough inside, as you'll see as this game goes on. He mixes it up in there. 21 points against Cincinnati, as we said, a junior college transfer as a junior from Chicago, Illinois.
To beat Iowa State, you just got to cut down Kenny Pratt, Kelvin Cato, and obviously Derek Willoughby.
Missed them both. 16-8, 8-point lead. Cyclones, 14-18 to go first half. Charles O'Bannon going to the paint. He's fouled. Bankhead, number 31. Tough defender, Sean Bankhead.
Tim, you can see this ability of UCLA. They just want to get going. They're so good, and they know they're good. And they're powerful, and so they got to get this tempo moved up. I even would think now, if they make these foul shots, that after they make the second one, there'll be pressure up court after the made shot.
First personal on McCoy. He gets a rest. Chris Johnson comes in.
Charles O'Bannon.
Bruins essentially go with 6 players. You'll see a little of Brandon Lloyd, maybe Bob Myers, but they're a 6-man team. Steve Lavin has to ration them carefully through the course of the game as the fouls start to pick up. O'Bannon has just been unbelievable. 20 points a game during this 11-game win streak. And O'Bannon cuts the lead to 16-10.
He seemed to have taken a lot of the hot dog out of his game. He plays more like his brother Ed O'Bannon, who's in the pros.
Oh yeah, the story today is saying that that may have come out of a conversation at Christmas between Ed and their father, suggesting Charles to settle down, play a productive game, don't worry about razzle-dazzle.
Dollar cannot handle Pratt. He's too strong for Dollar.
Pratt, 4 points, 18-10, Cyclone lead. Dollar underneath, sneaking to the baseline, missed the shot. Battle for the rebound, goes out of bounds.
Bankhead got his hand on it, almost turned it over.
UCLA ball. O'Bannon will inbound it.
I would definitely try to get Henderson into this ball game. Round the horn, down to JR.
Henderson.
Here he goes.
Henderson gets off the glass, but no basket.
Made contact before the ball left his hands, the ref said.
Henderson picks up his first personal offensively, a little too aggressive going through the paint.
Well, he's losing his patience. You know, he's a great ball player, and it's almost 7 minutes into the first half, and he hasn't touched the ball.
Henderson had 22 against Xavier, 9 rebounds in their second round victory. They won that 96-83. They whipped up on Charleston Southern 109-75 in their opening round game. The number 2 seed in the Midwest. Willoughby.
Now they got a better guy on Pratt. They got Bailey on him. When he penetrates, you're in trouble.
Pratt missing that one. Henderson couldn't handle the rebound. Cato won't go for him. Used it all and it came out.
Pratt stays with it.
It's going to be Iowa State ball.
Sat out the first 6 games of this season. Pratt academically got his marks in order, and he's asked to be taken out for some reason. So when you point to the top of your head like that, means I want to be taken out.
Stevie Johnson in the lineup for Iowa State. That's Chris Johnson for UCLA. 6-point game. Cyclones on top. A.C. Holloway.
Holloway's just a distributor. Get it to the hands of their scorers in the right positions. Willoughby is free again.
Holloway for 3.
Yeah, so I told you he's not a scorer.
Well, he shoots 3-pointers at 37%. So he'll go for him. Henderson, Johnson. Pratt comes away with a loose ball. Comes back to O'Bannon. Chris Johnson for three. Won't go for him. Willoughby came down with the rebound.
Tim Floyd says keep the pace slow. Pratt just seems to be tired out.
J.C. Holloway played on 4 state high school championship teams. Real hero on the curse in Kansas. Averages 5.5 a game. The Cyclones. And there's Pratt.
That's what I told you earlier. He doesn't look like a great ball player, but if you don't pay attention to him down on the blocks, you're in trouble.
23-12. Iowa State. Bailey. Another miss. Henderson won't go on a second try.
He's playing ping pong with the ball down there. Volleyball by himself.
Finally fouled, but the Bruins having trouble getting on track here. Pratt picks up his first personal.
His first.
Watch JR here play volleyball, excuse me.
Edwards is right.
That dances around, comes up, he taps it with the other hand. I think he taps it once more. Then a foul is called right there.
First on Pratt, send Henderson to the line. Tony Rampton comes into the game for the Iowa State Cyclones. He's a sophomore from New Zealand, New Plymouth, New Zealand. Played high school ball in Waseca, Minnesota.
He's a Kiwi.
Henderson at the line. This is his first. Into the game for UCLA is Brandon Lloyd, number 20, guard from Tulsa, Oklahoma, sophomore. Good three-point shooter. Bruins need to get something going offensively. Henderson makes it a 10-point game. 11:15 to go, first half. Tim Ryan and Al McGuire back here at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas. UCLA 10 points behind Iowa State here with the first half about halfway done. 4 overtime games we've had so far during our tournament. 2 of them tonight. Utah escaped from Stanford out west, and of course Minnesota needed 2 overtimes to oust Clemson here in San Antonio. Kentucky, the only SEC team left. Who would have guessed that? Kansas, 5th straight Sweet 16. They'll be playing tomorrow. Plenty of action ahead as the Sweet 16 continues tomorrow evening on CBS. Regional finals, the Elite 8, Saturday and Sunday.
For Arizona to beat Kansas tomorrow, they got to have almost a perfect ball game. Kansas is very, very good. They deserve the #1 rating.
Yeah, all of the clocks have gone out here, Al. The scoreboards and the shot clocks, game clocks, everything is out. So there is a delay in resuming play here while they get the electronic wizards to get us back powered up. There's one scoreboard down at the end that does have the score up on it, but it's not the official clock, nor are the shot clocks over the goals operative. Utah, as we said, got through Stanford in overtime. Brevin Knight scored at the buzzer to send it into OT, and Utah won by 5. Rick Majerus and company, the 2 seeds, outlasting Stanford, which had a good run, and Kentucky leading St. Joe's in the nightcap there on the west in San Jose, California. Winners to meet at 6 o'clock Eastern.
The magic continues for Utah. They won 2 close ones in their postseason conference tournament in the Big 12. And then tonight, they won tonight with Van Horn sitting on the bench.
Well, that Utah team has to be considered a serious contender. And Kentucky, Curtin, they got to get through St. Joe's, but they've got 2 players out of action.
I think one of the big decisions of the selection committee was whether Utah should have been seeded #1. They got seeded #2.
Well, they still haven't been able to solve the clock problem, so we are, as they say in the TV biz, vamping here. Crowd getting into it nonetheless. Kentucky in 1996 trying to defend their title. They won a year ago. UCLA, Arkansas, North Carolina, Duke, the last 5 NCAA champs.
They've all were #1 seeds, so we got a 5-year run on a #1 seed, winning it all. Got a team here today with UCLA that won in '95, and at one time out there 5 of the people that played on UCLA were out there in the championship in Seattle.
Well, they haven't solved things here. Let's go to Pat O'Brien in New York.
All right, Tim, thank you. We can't solve them either, so we'll send you out to San Jose for the end of the first half of Kentucky-St. Joe's. Kentucky up 39-20. Iowa State leads by 10, 23-13. We'll see you in a little bit. Tim Ryan, Al McGuire, courtside. Michelle Tafoya is there, too.
All right, Pat, indeed, we're ready to go again with 11:15 remaining in the first half. And Iowa State leading by 10, 23-13. They've got the clocks operative again. Lacey Holloway and Clay Edwards, Rampton, Stevie Johnson, 4 bench players on for the Iowa State Cyclones. Holloway, the only starter, still on the floor. Willoughby, pardon me, that's Willoughby, number 22, still on the backcourt. Holloway, this is Holloway, number 10. Holloway pulls up with 1 second on the shot clock, and he had an air ball. Henderson made the grab on the miss. Lloyd and Johnson lead for UCLA. Now they have Bailey, McCoy, O'Bannon, Henderson, and Dollar, the starting 5 for the Bruins.
What the Bruins have to do defensively is pick up court to create a faster tempo in this game, or otherwise they're in trouble.
McCoy, and McCoy hits for the Bruins. 4 points for him.
Cato almost got a piece of it, just missed it.
Cato and Pratt back in now, the starters for Iowa State. Willoughby, Bankhead, and Holloway.
Cyclones are going with their starting team.
Bankhead. Won't go for him. McCoy rebounding. Bailey, a bad miss. Air ball off the glass. And it's Pratt rebounding.
Pratt got a second win now. For some reason, he just started to tighten up out there. It has to be taken out. Normally, when you come back with your second win, then you can go wire to wire.
Holloway trying to drive, gets the trap. Dollar steals. Bailey one-on-one. Bailey missing from short range. Rebound, Pratt.
Each time Pratt gets the ball, it's like a football player picking up a fumble. He wraps his body around the ball.
UCLA, 2 of their last 10 from the field.
Here's Pratt down low. Nice move by O'Bannon that time.
Bankhead to Holloway. Bruins cold shooting here to open this game, and there's only 9 minutes now left in the half. Pratt with a miss. Rebound by McCoy. Jelani McCoy to Dollar. Cameron Dollar. Ben for 3.
That might get him started. That's the first decent shot they hit this half.
5 points for him. He's a 36% three-point shooter. 23-18, a 5-point game. Bankhead slows it down. Calling the play, Holloway.
Willoughby should come off the baseline here for 3. He's free again. Good switch by O'Bannon.
Inside for Pratt.
Here he is.
He just doesn't miss in there.
He does his disco moves down low. He's only 6'2", and he's going against the guys 6'9" and 6'10".
8 points for him, averaging 14-7 a game. McCoy started his move and picks up his second offensive foul.
Here's Kenny Pratt down low. You give him the ball anywhere in that area, he's going to get the shot off, and a lot of time gets fouled. He likes to feel his body on your body down low. He's very entertaining to watch.
Holloway brings it up to the Cyclones, lead by 7.
Here it is again.
Pratt
I tell you, he's unbelievable. He's what you call blacktop. That means a playground in New York or Brooklyn or Bedford-Stuyvesant.
Or Chicago, where he's from.
Well, Chicago. But any place is a blacktop. There's always a player like that. They'll drive you crazy.
Bailey, and it's blocked by Cato and rebounded by Bankhead.
They won't go. They'll back up, take a few ticks off.
27-18, Cyclones. 7:17 to go.
That's down low again. It's going up.
Pratt this time trying to pass to Cato off the mark.
What happened that time?
7:09 to go. Iowa State still on that lead. Tim Ryan, Al McGuire back here in San Antonio. Iowa State holds the lead, 27-18, 7:09 to go in the half. Tough defense and good offense from the Cyclones and a cold shooting Bruins team. So far in this game, there's been the guy, Kenny Pratt, doing his magic around the basket. Not one of the big guys, but plays like a big one inside and has a variety of shots. Uses the backboard well, and he's been driving them nuts in there.
What happens also is ISU is not allowing the athletic ability of the Bruins to come into action.
Chris Johnson for UCLA, outside for O'Bannon.
2-3 zone.
Bailey, Johnson, good movement by the Bruins, and a hit by Dollar. 6 points for Dollar, 27-20. 7-point Iowa State lead, 6:38 to go in the first half. Willoughby inside to Cato. It's Bankhead's jumper off the back iron. O'Bannon rebounds. Pass intended for Henderson off the mark. Bruin turnover, 5 of those so far. You can see UCLA picking up a bit. They're now 8 of 20 from the field. They were 2 of 10 at one point. On the other hand, 11 of 20 Cyclone shooting.
You know, there's a reason, I think, why UCLA is kind of on the weak side playing at the present time. Those 2 overtimes waiting back there in the locker room that long to come out.
Well, anybody would say it affects both teams. Cato.
But the other teams, they play well.
Holloway. So it didn't affect it. Holloway's miss, rebounded by the Bruins. 5:47 to go, 7-point game. Iowa State on top. Charles O'Bannon trying for 3 with a miss.
If UCLA does not pick up full court, you're not going to build a different tempo. You're letting the Cyclones determine the tempo of the game.
Willoughby,
4 for 5 from three-point land.
30-20, a 10-point lead again. On the baseline, O'Bannon used it all and it drops. 7 points for Charles O'Bannon. O'Bannon averaging 17.6 on the season, 21.4 first 2 games of the tournament. Bruins whipped up on Charleston Southern, 109-75, and then 96-83 over Xavier in round 2. Willoughby back out for Holloway.
Pratt's down low.
10 seconds left on the shot clock. Pratt trying to drive baseline. O'Bannon cut him off. Willoughby for 3. That one doesn't go. And O'Bannon brings down the rebound. Cameron Dollar driving right through Holloway.
Holloway
will
stepped
pick it
in.
up. J.C. Holloway, the senior from McPherson, Kansas. 3rd team foul against Iowa State. 4:32 to go in the half. 8-point game. The Cyclones, ranked number 18 in the country, seeded number 6 in the Midwest. Out of the Big 12, an at-large entry. They had a 10-6 mark in the Big 12 this year behind champions from Kansas. Dollar goes out. Chris Johnson joined by Brandon Lloyd. Henderson over Edwards, missed. Bailey back for Chris Johnson. He lost control of it. And it's taken away by Clay Edwards. Edwards, the sophomore from Morning Sun, Iowa, my favorite town on the Iowa State roster.
Set play, 1-4 extended along the foul line. Pratt has a small man down low. He should score. There he is.
Pratt traveled. 5 turnovers for the Cyclones, but they still lead by 8. 3:52 to go first half. Eight-point lead for Iowa State. The 6 seeds here in the Midwest leading UCLA. And 30-22 here with 3:52 to go in the half. I mean, it is a surprise, Al, but a cold shooting 9 for 23 from the field. Bruins team just unable to get going here.
Well, what happened is that Tim Floyd has taken, has taken them out of their transition game. And also, you let Tim Floyd get out in the lead here, and these many touches coming down, eating up the clock. And if all you really have to stop to hurt Iowa State is to stop Willoughby and Pratt. And they're not doing it. UCLA has to start picking up full court to pick up the tempo. Excuse me, my voice just left me a moment.
That's all right. Bring it back sometime soon. Here's Chris Johnson in the paint. Out to O'Bannon. And rebound off the iron, grabbed by Cato. Kelvin Cato. So again, Bruins fail to score on that trip.
Their shots are kind of individual shots. It looks like they're playing too much one-on-one.
Shooting 39% in this game so far with 3 minutes left in the game. And a perfect pass from Holloway to Cato. 10-point margin, 4 points for Kelvin Cato.
Bruins, you better get a wake-up call or you're going in for a long afternoon, a long evening.
Very long evening. Henderson had all kinds of room, missed that jumper. And it's rebounded by Pratt. 10:40 San Antonio time with the first half still to be completed. We had a brief delay because of problems with the clock and scoreboard. And of course, a double overtime game earlier, Minnesota over Clemson. And there's Willoughby. You cannot leave him alone.
Hey, you can't leave the man alone. He's 5 from 6 from three-point land. And off any scouting report, they tell you don't have him get a good look from three-point land. Settle down now, Bruins, and let's kick it down low and score.
35-22. Bailey tried to do it himself. Now kicks it outside. Brandon Lloyd hits a 3. He's a 33% shooter from there, and they needed that spark.
That was a huge hit.
10-point game, 155.
Holloway protects the ball, gets to the guys when they want it, in good positions to score. Pratt's down low again. They kick it in. He's going against a 6'10 guy. He's only 6'2.
This Bankhead, his jumper off the mark. Henderson gathers it in. Up for Bailey. Bailey traveled. Wasn't quite sure what play he was going to make.
Got to get their heads together. They're fortunate there's so much time left in the game. They got a whole second half, but they play this type of game in the second half of this one. They're back playing golf next week.
7 turnovers. That's right. For the Bruins. McCoy comes back in. So does Cameron Dollar.
Iowa State.
For Iowa State, Pratt. Stevie Johnson, number 23, into the game off the bench. Bankhead, Holloway, and Clay Edwards, number 40. Pratt started to dribble, lost control, and then threw it away, trying to get it back to Holloway. So Iowa State turns it over with 1:09 to go and a 10-point lead. Well, coming up on Pennzoil at the half, Pat O'Brien joined by George Raveling, Clark Kellogg, and Mike Krzyzewski will get you updated on all the tournament news. Scores and highlights from our other games and a live look at the action still going on in the tournament tonight, all coming up on Pennzoil at the half.
Dollar, don't take it down too far. You got 2 possessions to 1 here.
Under
Get a shot off soon.
Here's Dollar. Dollar's jumper in and out.
They'll get it back once more.
Holloway doesn't turn the ball over much. This guy, you're not going to get a mistake from him. 22nd timeout called by Iowa State with 40 seconds.
Why they burnt that
remaining.
20-second timeout, Tim, is that you have to use it anyway. You allow 3 20-second timeouts in the game. And if you don't use one in the first half, you only get 2 in the second half.
UCLA leads the nation from the field at 52%. And they're shooting at 37 here in the first half against Iowa State.
And they're fortunate only to be down 10 points.
Right, indeed they are. Indeed they are. First time into the Sweet 16 for Iowa State since 85 and 86 season. They lost 4 of their last 6 games coming into this tournament, including a loss to Kansas in the Big 12 tournament. But they have wins over Iowa, Texas Tech twice, and Colorado.
They got 3 losses to Kansas, and that's no disgrace.
That's for sure. They led the Big 12 in scoring defense. They give up 60 points a game. And right now, they're the offensive team, up by 10 over the mighty shooting UCLA Bruins.
This time they took it down too low. Had to put up a Hail Mary
Yeah,
shot.
I did with a second on the shot.
Now take it all the way
back
down.
to him.
Now take it all the way down to 5 or 6 seconds. Got a break. Everything's going Tim Floyd's way in the Cyclones.
Down to 5 in the hands of Holloway. Holloway drives baseline. And picks up the foul from Brandon Lloyd. The 1 second left.
Holloway was looking to put up a prayer. Very fortunate they didn't get called for charge in there. Ends up getting 2 shots. Can put him in a 12-point lead at halftime if he makes the 2.
Well, Steve Lavin's going to be tested at halftime here in that locker room because he's got his team on an 11-0 run without a defeat, and he's got him down by probably 12 here at the half. Holloway tough from the line.
He has to do the same thing that Roy Williams did in Kansas in that first game. You call a timeout and you rip into them. You read the riot act. You embarrass them.
And there it is. Bailey chucks one up, and the half comes to a close with a surprising 12-point lead for the Cyclones of Iowa State in the Big 12. The number 6 seed here leading the number 2 seed UCLA Bruins 37-25. Let's go to Michelle Tafoya.
All right, standing by with Tim Floyd. You said coming into this game that when Brad and Willoughby account for 50% or more of your scoring, you guys are usually less successful, and yet now they're doing it, and you're up 12.
I know, Michelle. Don't remind me of that, okay? We probably need to distribute it a little better, but they got the hot hands. Our guys are doing a nice job of penetration and kick to the open guy. UCLA's collapsing. We're finding them right now.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck.
Right, thank you.
All right, let's send it back to Tim Ryan.
Thanks, Michelle. The end of the first half with the score. Iowa State 37, UCLA 25. CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship continues after this message and a word from your local station.
Oil at the half, sponsored by Pennzoil, formulated for today's stop-and-go driving. Stop, go, Pennzoil.
And welcome to Pennzoil at the half. Pat O'Brien along with Mike Krzyzewski, George Braveling, Clark Kellogg, the only 4 people in America watching these games with coat and ties on. But here we are in our New York studio. Tonight, UCLA has scored 25 points. They've averaged 103 points a game in their previous tournament games here, Mike.
Pat, on the road to the Final Four, UCLA has been allowed in the first 2 games to go on a highway. Iowa State's making them use side streets. It's a lot tougher. They only have 2 fast break points in the first half.
And we were talking here, not a real big surprise that Iowa State's up like this, right, George?
Not really. Tim Floyd has a philosophy that he calls 60 by 2, that 60% of a team's points are scored by 2 players. He sets his defense to take one of those 2 players out of the game. And if you look right now, Henderson and O'Bannon, 8 points in the first half.
When I looked at this game and tried to figure out a couple of keys for Iowa State, a couple of things I looked at. One, Dedrick Willoughby had to live large. He's 5 of 8, 16 points, all 3-point field goals. The other thing, defensive rebound for Iowa State. They're +4 on the glass against a very strong rebounding UCLA team.
This is why coaches get gray hair, right, for Steve Lavin?
Or no hair.
Talk to me about that. Out in the West now, Kentucky leads St. Joe's 49-35. Let's get you in a timeout there. Let's get you up to date on what's been going on there. Phil Martelli, speaking of no hair, is on the sidelines there off the fast break. Kentucky's Wayne Turner hits Ron Mercer. Watch this. Down court low. The Hawks answer back. Dimitri Domini drives the lane, gets the foul. Watch him lay it in there nicely. And then on the turnover, Ron Mercer again.
Here you see what Kentucky likes to do. They like to turn you over and then turn those turnovers into points. The pilfer, spin move, and production.
I love that move. That's a highlight. Well, it is a highlight. It got in there, didn't it? 49-35 in the second half. Minnesota beat Clemson today. A double overtime, 90-84 was the final there. And Minnesota, Clemson celebrating their first Sweet 16 since 1990. Bobby Jackson.
3 of his 36, and he did it all, especially down the stretch.
And then your guy, Sam Jacobson.
He had a partner in crime, Sam Jacobson. They combined for 65. The J-squared duo getting it done for Minnesota.
Clemson battle back. Tom Weidman turns, finds Terrell McIntyre open top of the key for a three-pointer, give the Tigers 52-50 lead. Then Tony Christie with the drive and a layup at the buzzer to send it into overtime. Second overtime is all Bobby Jackson. Afterwards, Bobby Jackson talked about his effort and the team.
The guys know we had to play hard when it was crunch time, and we just sucked it up and played really hard and listened to what Coach Haskins had to say.
A huge night for Bobby Jackson, 90-84 double OT. Out in the West, Utah beat Stanford this afternoon. This one went to overtime. 82-77 was the final there. Mike Montgomery did a nice job this season. 10 seconds left in regulation. Stanford down by 3. Brevin Knight takes the inbound pass and puts one up.
Yeah, he took a tough shot and got it to go down. Keith Van Horn fouled out, wasn't able to play in the overtime.
Then Hano Matola hits the turnaround jumper off the glass.
Nice move by the freshman. Good ball skills at 6'9", big bucket.
Afterwards, Mike Mayock talked with Rick Majerus.
Now you're one game away from a Final Four. You got to go through either St. Joe's or Kentucky. Any preference?
Well, no, not really. I mean, you got to play somebody, but I told Martelli in the hallway tonight, if there is a guy, 2 fat bald guys will face each other tomorrow.
All Rick, 82-77 in double OT. Doesn't look good right now for St. Joe's, by the way. Down in San Jose in the West, Kentucky leads 52-35. 14:52 left in the ball game. Let's go courtside and Sean McDonough. And
Swan Lake keeps my mind off of work. Come on, play as a team. Oh, come on, Swans. Give me a turn together. Yes, now that's teamwork.
No, your favorite McDonald's classic.
Oh, Big Mac.
Enjoy McDonald's classics. Extra value meals like Big Mac, 2 cheeseburgers, or Quarter Pounder with cheese. With large fries and a medium Coke, just $2.99.
Can we talk about the second act?
What's your favorite classic?
Tim Ryan, Al McGuire back here in San Antonio. Iowa State with a 12-point lead over UCLA at halftime. Our Michelle Tafoya just spoke with UCLA coach Steve Lavin moments ago. Michelle?
Coach, not a typical UCLA performance in the first half. What did you say to your team?
Well, we got to come out fighting and scratching and clawing, just try and get back in this thing one possession at a time. Can't get frustrated or discouraged. It's a slow tempo, but you can't try and get it all back in a hurry.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Michelle. Lowest point total of the season at halftime for UCLA, just 25 points. What can they do? I mean, obviously they got to start getting their shooting together, but what else can they do?
First of all, he should have lowered the boom at halftime, and he probably did. They got to pick up court defensively to create a faster tempo. They didn't have one transition basket in the first half, and they got to come out a little bit more meaner. They got to start sweating. I'm talking about UCLA. The other side of the coin, everything's going the way they want it to go, and they're going to keep a slow tempo if they can, get the ball to Willoughby and Pratt.
Bruins shooting at 37%, and they lead the nation normally at 52%. That's what Iowa State shot from the field in the first half. UCLA ball, and a whistle before McCoy's shot.
Hesitation that time. McCoy ended up walking.
12-point lead here in the opening minute of the second half. Iowa State, the 6 seeds in the Midwest, leading the number 2 seeded Bruins of UCLA.
You've got to be more aggressive, UCLA, on defense. You can't just give and give and give. You're down by 10. You got to create a faster tempo.
Starting unit on the floor for Iowa State. Holloway and Willoughby in the backcourt. Cato, Bankhead, and Pratt up front.
Willoughby's free again. They switch. Nice move by Dollar.
Beat for Cato from Holloway. Cato. 6 points for Cato.
The Green Hornet would have been proud of that move.
Well, not too many of us are old enough to remember that radio program, Al.
Cato was the chauffeur for the Green Hornet.
Willoughby There are other Catos who have made news since then. 5 of 8.
Bankhead's free.
Here's Bankhead. Willoughby had 5 of 8 from three-point range in that first half. That's 4 points there now.
I wouldn't wait for the commercial timeout. I'd call a timeout right now, Steve. I really would. I'd call it right now and straighten this thing out before the game gets away from you. Oh, big basket by O'Bannon.
10 points for O'Bannon with that three, 41-28.
Here comes the pressure. This is what they got to do. They should have done it the first half. Pressure. And double team off the pass. Now, where's the double team? Ah, it's broken.
Pratt to Willoughby, pulls up for the three. Out the iron, got his own rebound.
Out hustle every loose ball Cyclones are coming up with. Now they'll work the clock down.
Willoughby inside. Dedrick Willoughby, 18 points. The senior from Hartford, Louisiana. McCoy, 6 points for him.
J.R. Henderson played the whole 20 minutes in the first half, has played 2 minutes already this half, and has 1 point. He's a lottery pick in the pros.
This is Bankhead outside, watched by O'Bannon. 13-point lead. Holloway had a look at a three. Goes inside to Pratt. Pratt in his office there, but passed off, and it was picked off. Here's Henderson. Going out for him. Bruins continue cold shooting.
Call Pratt for stepping in that time. UCLA this time down, they end up having nice spacing and unbelievable passing. This is the passing they're capable of for an automatic dunk.
Second personal on Pratt sends Bailey to the line for 2. Early in the second half, 13-point margin, Iowa State. And Bailey from the line. Missing.
He's been struggling with his shooting lately.
This is both. Pratt rebounding for Iowa State. Sweet 16 action in San Antonio.
You got to get belly button to belly button.
Earlier tonight, Minnesota outlasted Clemson in overtime, double OT. This is Willoughby for 3, missing that one. Bailey rebounding. Rejected by Cato. 4 blocks. Willoughby. Basket will count. Foul by Dollar.
Dollar made an indecision that time. He didn't know whether to try to block it, and he went half in between. That's how come a possible 3-point play. Willoughby's really on fire. He's heated up.
22 points for him.
Here's the block down below by Cato. Nice odds in the breakout. Willoughby goes all by himself.
All Big 12 guard from Iowa State.
You got to go right up, McCoy. You can't put the ball on the floor like that. It gives a chance for Cato to get ready to block and swat it away.
Willoughby makes it a 3-point play. All Big 12 performer. All-time Iowa State 3-point shooter. Henderson is not. Rebound Pratt. Double team, foul.
UCLA has to analyze defense. That time, Iowa State was in the 2-3 zone. They're trying to power through there rather than analyzing what Iowa State's doing defensively.
Second personal on Charles O'Bannon. 16-point Iowa State lead.
It's too late to put pressure on after they come over half court unless you're using a 1-3-1 trap zone. He's going up.
Pratt with a miss, a rare one. McCoy rebounding. O'Bannon out of nowhere.
No basket.
Call him on the charge.
You got to show character now, UCLA. Get your head together, JR. Here comes the replay on it. Up. No, the ball was not released. He made contact first. Let's get the lower angle on it. See, the contact's made first. Good call by the referees.
Well, now we're told that the basket does count.
Well, the ball wasn't out of his hand, but if they said the basket was good, then fine.
Basket counts, but the charge also counts. On O'Bannon, second personal. 46-32. Willoughby has it knocked away by Dollar. And we have 15:50 to go here in the second half. Iowa State 46-32. Yes, you're reading correctly. Iowa State leading UCLA 46-32. 15:50 to go. More action tomorrow from the east and southeast. It begins with Texas, Louisville, followed by southeast action, Arizona and Kansas. The next tip will be California and North Carolina. And lastly, Chattanooga and Providence. Mac McCarthy's surprising team, a 14 seed, to the Sweet 16.
They've done a lot of fun so far, and they're really the Cinderella team. They're really the giant killer. Points in the paint is very interesting in this game. Iowa State has 24, UCLA only 8.
UCLA with only 32 points in the game. Shooting 38% from the field, and miss on the alley-oop there for Cato. Pass a little bit off the mark.
This would be momentum basket if the Bruins can score right here.
And Bailey didn't handle a high pass. That's the way it's been going. McCoy got it up a little high. Bailey missed it.
See, the picking up early is fine, but you got to be aggressive in your pickup. You're just backing up. You let the guy dribble up. They're looking to kill the clock and work it down. Then try to spot up with Willoughby in the outside off penetration or put Pratt down low in the post.
Pratt drives into the paint, kicks it back out, but he traveled. He's got his feet tangled up. 46-32. Iowa State leading. 9 turnovers now for the Cyclones. Coach Tim Floyd's squad. Big 12 at-large entry in command of the game at this point. The Bruins have shown no signs of developing a run.
But you know it's there. You're waiting for it. It's like when they used to fight Joe Louis. You know, you knew he was there. A couple of rounds would go by, and all of a sudden you knew the champ was going to, catch you sooner or later. But the clock is starting to eat into it. There, that might be the start.
Dollar hits a 3.
Because they're in striking distance, only down 11, and it's just less than 15 minutes left, which is a lot of time.
There's a turnover.
That might create a quick call timeout by Tim Floyd.
Cato missed the pass. O'Bannon will inbound it. Jelani McCoy.
I'd go to Henderson right now. Too much hands at that time on Bankhead.
Senior from Pacoima, California. John Bankhead, number 31.
They can lay off McCoy. He's not going to shoot from out there. They're doubling town on Ed O'Bannon. This should go up. Nope. Kicked it out to Dollar.
Bang! Another 3. Cameron Dollar. 12 points for him.
Reminds me of 1995 when Edney went down. He came in and they won the championship with him at point guard.
2 threes for Cameron Dollar. Steal by Bailey.
You've got to call a timeout now, Tim. You've got to.
Bailey got his own rebound. He just a little light on the first layup try. 6-point game. 10-0 run. Finally for UCLA. With a foul call before the steal, Bailey, I believe, will get the call. His second personal. 10 zip in the last 2:20 to UCLA.
You knew the run was coming, and they haven't expended too much energy on the run so they can continue. It's up to now the Cyclones to get a basket, either Willoughby or Pratt, get them back their momentum.
6-point game. And Pratt battles with Dollar, and Pratt knocks it loose. It'll go out of bounds. And it'll be Bruins ball. 11 turnovers.
It's hot potato there. Everyone's diving for it. Pratt went too nonchalantly towards the ball. He keeps it alive. There's the kick out of bounds. Good call by the ref. The tradition, the spark, it's coming for UCLA. Dollar, those 2 3-pointers he hit back-to-back were huge.
Iowa State led this by 16. It's now down to 6. McCoy walks right in, but missed the short jumper.
Off Willoughby's foot.
Still Bruin ball. J.R. Henderson.
Iowa State starting to show signs of fatigue.
Both these teams a little light in bench strength. Usually will only go 2 deep beyond their starters.
Athletically, UCLA's base line is so strong, so athletic.
Henderson missing and gets his own rebound. Now driving and is fouled. That'll be 3 on Pratt. Not a guy they can afford to lose. Clay Edwards comes in for Pratt. He'll sit with 3. Well, this is what we showed you at the top of our telecast. Those guys were hot through the first 2 games of the tournament, and they've been hot the last 11 games that they played. But things different here in this game.
Well, they were a drought the first half. They're coming on now strong.
6-point game. Holloway to Bankhead.
Got to know where Willoughby is at all times.
That'll be McCoy, his 3rd. So McCoy with 3 and Pratt with 3, the first foul problems of the game. And Chris Johnson will come in for McCoy. 5 team fouls now on the Bruins. 12:20 to go here in the second half. That's Clay Edwards, and he's hacked and he went up with a little hook.
There was no chance of him making that shot, but when he heard the whistle, he put that hook up there so he'd get 2 shots.
2 on Cameron Dollar. Clay Edwards, a sophomore from Morning Sun, Iowa, goes to the line. Averages 3.7 a game coming off the bench for Iowa State. Edwards had the winning shot against Cincinnati in the second round game with 26 seconds left. They held off the Bearcats.
Right before that shot, Willoughby hit a big 3-pointer.
Edwards misses both. Still a 6-point game and a chance for UCLA to close things up. Henderson takes his time and misses from 3. And it's rebounded by Cato. Henderson outside and McCoy on the bench. They don't have the big rebounders underneath.
Still in the soft man-to-man, UCLA.
Willoughby, another 3.
That's a mortal sin, Tim. When a guy's this hot, you can't let him have that many shots from outside.
24 points. Rebound grabbed by Holloway. Holloway to Willoughby. For Edwards. And he's fouled.
Edwards couldn't gather his body together that time.
3 on Cameron Dollar. Willoughby now 6 of 11 from 3-point range in this game. He's got 18 points on shots from downtown. In comes Stevie Johnson for Iowa State, number 23, freshman from Beaumont, Mississippi. Cameron Dollar goes out, and Brandon Lloyd comes in, number 20 for UCLA.
Brandon Lloyd's a zone buster. That means he's a 3-point shooter. He made 1 the first half when he comes in. He doesn't get a lot of PT, playing time. Edwards missed 4 free throws altogether now, 0 for 4 from the line.
9-point game. Iowa State on top. Three-pointer from Willoughby, opening the lead again. And a foul called on Willoughby as Bailey started his drive. First on him.
Iowa State.
At all times, UCLA got to know where Willoughby is.
11:23 to go. It's a 9-point lead for Iowa State. A 9-point game. The Cyclones, the 6 seeds, leading the 2-seeded UCLA Bruins here in the Midwest. 11:23 to go in the second half. Earlier, top seed Minnesota here in the Midwest outlasted Clemson, not before they were forced to overtime on this basket by Tony Christie of the Tigers, sending it into the first OT. A 36-point night for Jackson of Minnesota. Bobby Jackson was brilliant and led them to victory in the second overtime, 90-84. And they advance to the Elite Eight. Dedrick Willoughby with 24 points here for the Cyclones of Iowa State, 6 of 11 from three-point range.
I feel that the Cyclones are starting to get physically beat, and I feel UCLA is coming on.
That basket from Bailey, Toby Bailey, cuts it to 7. Holloway, watched by Lloyd. Alley-oop, what a catch by Cato. He couldn't do anything with it once he caught it, but that was some grab.
I guarantee he was 2 to 3 feet over the rim when he caught that ball.
Kelvin Cato, a transfer from South Alabama, never played high school ball. Watch this one-handed grab.
Holloway just throws it too high. What a catch, an athletic catch. Can't finalize. Right now, they got to get Pratt in the scorer's column.
Willoughby to backcourt. This is Pratt. Pratt's pull-up jumper. Off the back iron, grabbed by Bailey. Chris Johnson.
Oh, you got to take that, Chris. You're open.
Bailey for 3. 5-point game. Down from 16, remember. 4-point game, pardon me. 49-45. Underneath, fouled by Bailey.
Pratt almost waits for the contact before he puts the ball up.
That's 3 on Toby Bailey. Pratt will go to the line.
Solid pass here from Holloway into Pratt. Pratt penetrates, down low to him. There's the contact. He couldn't get the ball up, but he'll go for 2 shots.
Kenny Pratt, the Chicago senior, listed at 6'5", more like 6'2" or 3. Averages just under 15 points a game at 21 in the win over Cincinnati. The 1-point victory that got them here into the Sweet 16.
He shoots 64% from the foul line.
UCLA now with McCoy, Dollar, and Bailey, all with 3 fouls. Pratt has 3 for Iowa State, the only player in any trouble there for the Cyclones. And he widens the lead back to 5 again, making 1 of 2, 50-45. Cameron Dollar, inspirational senior from Atlanta, Georgia. Chris Johnson.
Good hands by Chris Johnson that time. It looked like his dad.
Number 54, they unretired the number of Marcus Johnson at UCLA for his son to wear, and it'll be re-retired when Chris finishes his playing career.
Nice interception by Henderson. Huge basket right here now. They can tie if they hit a 3. Came back a long way. Steve Lavin did a good job at halftime, waking these guys up.
Anderson fouled by Kelvin Cato. First foul on Cato. There's Marcus Johnson. Played from 1973 to 77, wearing number 54. What a brilliant player, and holding that jersey that was retired on that night the picture was taken, and now worn again by his son, Chris. This really is a 6-man team. He may not literally be a starter, but Steve Lavin considers he's got 6 starters, and O'Bannon hits.
Beautiful. Now pressure up court. This is what they should have been doing earlier.
1-point game. Willoughby breaks loose, 1-on-1. Pulls up for a jumper, hits for 2.
You've got to leave Cato alone and pick up Willoughby. He has the hot hand.
26 points for Dedrick Willoughby. 3-point game. Iowa State, a very good defensive team. Let's see if they can hold off this rise of the Bruins.
There's a mismatch underneath Tim with Pratt covering J.R. Henderson. They should give it to J.R. down low. Matchup zone right now.
State led Big 12 in scoring defense, remember, 59.8. Dollar found some room. Pull-up jumper is good. An outstanding clutch player, the senior from Atlanta. 1-point game again. Iowa State led by 16 in this one if you've joined us along the way.
Have to get the ball into Holloway's hands, then he'll deliver it.
Pratt, clock down to 11 on the shot clock. Willoughby driving the baseline, has to kick it out. There's Holloway. He can hit threes. Doesn't hit that one. Henderson rebounding. Bruins in transition. Dollar waits.
You just feel him coming on, coming on. I take that Dollar that time.
1-point game, 7:45. Chance for the lead. Johnson won't go for him. Up goes Cato for the grab, knocked out by Henderson. And we have 7:38 remaining in the second half. Iowa State leads by just a point. Iowa State leads by a point. They're continuing to shoot at a good percentage, 51, but UCLA is creeping up from a low of 35 to 43. Remember, they're the best field goal shooting team in the country at 52% coming in here. So somehow Steve Lavin's got them working it back.
Steve has put some energy into the club. They're standing up to their character now, but the big thing was Cameron Dollar coming down this half, hitting 2 3-pointers back-to-back. That was the key to put him right back in the ball game. Now it's anybody's ball game, but I do feel like Iowa State is tiring.
7:38 remains. Bruins have hit 5 of their last 6 from the field. Here's Kenny Pratt, Bankhead, Holloway, Willoughby, and Cato, the starting lineup on the floor for Iowa State.
Trying to take it to the basket.
All of the UCLA starters on, except Chris Johnson is on for McCoy, Jelani McCoy.
Shots way down now. They got to put up a kind of rough shot here.
Holloway kicks it out for Pratt. Pratt tries a 3 at the buzzer and missed it. Rebounded by Cameron Dollar.
That's not his game, shooting threes. I think he only made 2 all year.
There's the lead. Charles O'Bannon has UCLA on top. First time they've led in the game. They were down 16.
Now it's Willoughby or Pratt's time.
And Bailey trying for the steal there, and he fouls Holloway. 4 personals on Toby Bailey. Dollar and McCoy have 3 each for UCLA. Only Pratt in any foul trouble for Iowa State. He has 3. 9th team foul. 1-1 here for Holloway at the line. He has 5 points and he shoots free throws at 84%. That's pretty automatic for the senior from McPherson, Kansas.
I don't know if there's much pressure on him if it's automatic.
11 points he had against Cincinnati and 6 assists in that game that got him here into the Sweet 16. 6 points and 5 assists tonight. Makes them both. Iowa State back in the lead by 1.
Iowa State stays man-to-man.
Cyclones in gold, Bruins in white. Dollar, O'Bannon. Charles O'Bannon, his parents are here tonight. Over to Henderson. There's a Bruins play.
Great pass by Charles O'Bannon. Nice movement by UCLA that time.
1-point lead, pressing, 2 men deep.
4 seconds to get it over. It's over.
Bankhead back for Holloway to set it up. Good pass inside for Cato, and he is hacked by Henderson, trying to make a Cato-like block on him. 2 on Henderson, 3 on Henderson. Third personal on Henderson. Joins McCoy, Dollar, and Bailey in foul trouble.
It's a nice pass down low there to Cato. Cato was fouled early.
6:01 remains. Bruins by a point. Cato at the line.
His nickname is Slim. I tell you what, tonight the good Cato showed up. He played an excellent game, especially rebounding, and he's really handling the whole baseline for UCLA against him.
6'11" senior from Decatur, Georgia, transfer from South Alabama.
Never played in high school. He learned his basketball in AAU play.
Makes a pair. 2 clutch free throws from Kelvin Cato. Iowa State back in front by a point. He goes out. Clay Edwards, Willoughby, Bankhead, Pratt, and Holloway the lineup now for the Cyclones. Daly for Henderson, and he's fouled by Pratt. That'll be 4 on Kenny Pratt.
Might have taken him out for about 30 seconds, maybe, just to get his head together, then put him back in. I don't know if Tim will do that or not, Tim Floyd. Every job that opens up, you see Tim Floyd's name on
right.
it. College and pro.
It's a rumor a day in college and pro for this outstanding young coach in his 3rd year at Iowa State.
He was under Don Haskins for 8 years down at El Paso. And Don, congratulations, he's getting to the Hall of Fame this year. Hey, Henderson, that's just not concentrating. That wasn't even close. Come on, you're a better player than that. Concentrate. Get your head in the game.
Don Haskins was here and gave Tim Floyd's team a pep talk in practice yesterday. To good effect because they're in a dogfight here, tied at 56 with the 2-seed Bruins. Floyd coach in New Orleans, Idaho, before going on to.
Ooh, we got away with a walk then, Tim.
Bankhead calls timeout at 20, taken by Tim Floyd's team. 5:37 to go and tied at 56. Floyd hasn't said that he wants to go anywhere, happy where he is, but he's getting an offer a day, it seems, or at least the rumor mill has him getting lots of offers.
Well, he did an excellent job down at New Orleans. After he left Don Haskins in Texas El Paso, he went on to New Orleans.
And at Idaho, did well there as well.
For a while at Idaho.
Yeah, but got to mention Idaho since I live in that state. Tomorrow, Texas and Louisville will tip it off first at 7:39. Then we'll go to the southeast and show you Arizona and Kansas. Kansas, the top-ranked team in the country, trying to win a national championship for Roy Williams.
Talk about Idaho. You live in paradise, Sun Valley in Idaho.
Indeed. This is Holloway.
9 on the shot.
Down to 5. Willoughby, that won't go. High for the rebound goes J.R. Henderson. Tie game. UCLA chance for their second lead. Approaching 5-minute mark to go. 10th rebound for Henderson.
Looks like they want to get the ball off a pick to Charles O'Bannon. There goes the pick. Charles goes low. Henderson gets it high.
Henderson can't get up under Cato, but draws a foul. 2 on Kelvin Cato.
13, Kelvin Cato, his second, 7, team foul. 7, team foul.
Henderson makes a nice move here, swings into the weak side of the court, the left side of the court, just can't finish, but he's hammered.
Henderson at the line, he has 6 points. Missing the first.
Well, that's okay. Put it up right. Just didn't go in. He's one of the few big guys that wear his socks high.
And UCLA in front by a point. 57 to 56. Over the timeline to Pratt on the feed from Willoughby.
Now they set up. Try to get it down low, and Willoughby will spot up. There it is.
Willoughby off the back rim. Rebounded by UCLA. Cameron Dollar.
One of the biggest stops of the game for Iowa State if they can get it. Paul Cato for stepping in on J.R. Henderson.
Henderson will go to the free throw line again. Third personal on Kelvin Cato. 4:12 to go. 8th team foul. 1-1 for Henderson. J.R. Henderson at the line with 4:12 to go. Makes it a 2-point game. UCLA. They were down by 16 points to the 6 seeds from Iowa State in the Big 12. Henderson in a 1-on-1 has another shot coming.
Seems that Coach Steve Lavin put excitement into him and also put semi-pressure up court, which got him back into the ball game because a faster tempo in the second half.
Henderson misses the second. UCLA shoots at 52%. They were as low as 35 in this game, are up in the 40s now, making their comeback. 2-point lead. 4:02 to go. This is Holloway. Holloway, Bankhead, Pratt, Cato, and Willoughby. The lineup for Iowa State. A foul away from the ball, I believe Henderson.
Henderson, I think, got a piece of Willoughby.
That's 4 on him. Bailey has 4. McCoy and Dollar have 3 each for UCLA with 3:57 to go. Clay Edwards comes into the game, and Cato goes out for Iowa State. Willoughby will be shooting 2 as the Bruins are into the double bonus. Willoughby with 26 points in this game, burying them from 3-point range. He's got 6 from 3-point range in this game. Makes the first and tie it with this one.
He's the one that makes the teams go. Can hit from 3-point land. He can score off the dribble, penetrating.
And 82% from the line. He makes a pair. We have a tie again at 3:57 to go. Second half. UCLA and Iowa State. The Alamo, the real thing here in San Antonio, Texas. We're inside at the Alamo Dome where it's a tie game, 3:57 to go. Tim Ryan and Al McGuire, we've had 5 lead changes and 4 ties, and we had a 16-point lead by Iowa State in this game. UCLA had 25 points in the first half, and they've got 33 already with nearly 4 minutes still to go in the second. Iowa State has not scored a field goal in about 4 minutes.
Right now, they just want to stay close and maybe win it at the end.
Bruins with the ball. Cameron Dollar sets it up. Chris Johnson back in the lineup. O'Bannon. Henderson got stepped on. He's limping around, can't move very well. Dollar now goes to Henderson. Henderson inside for Bailey.
Good ball movement, good spacing, excellent play call by Steve Lavin.
11 points for Toby Bailey, 2-point UCLA lead. Holloway, Pratt, Willoughby, Edwards, and Bankhead. The lineup for the Cyclones.
I'd get the ball to Pratt down low now and spot up Willoughby.
12 seconds on the shot clock, under 10 now. Willoughby looking for the play, goes inside to Pratt. Back to Willoughby. Willoughby's 3-point try, yes.
It's a Pratt-Willoughby game on one end, and this other end down here, it's really O'Bannon and Henderson and Dollar.
7 3-pointers for Dedrick Willoughby in a 1-point Iowa State lead. Bailey. Chris Johnson, Cameron Dollar, inside for O'Bannon, broken up. Turnover Bruins. All the way to Pratt. Bankhead. 10 turnovers by UCLA. Willoughby in the trap. Timeout called by Tim Floyd at 20 with 2:19 on the clock.
20-second timeout called by Iowa
Cyclones by a point, 61-60 with 2:19 to go. Minnesota advanced earlier with a win over Clemson in double overtime. Clemson gave them all they could handle. Minnesota lost a 15-point lead, had to go all the way into the second overtime. And now they await the winner of this game, where they will meet Saturday at 3:40 Eastern Time in the Elite Eight regional final. Team fouls now: UCLA with 11, Iowa State with 8, and they have used their 220s. Tim Floyd just taking a 20 there. 2:16 and counting down. Iowa State by a point.
They don't have a full clock. There's only 15 left.
Willoughby, double team, gets it off to Pratt. Back to Willoughby. Now this is Holloway. Holloway found an opening, didn't go for him. Cato missed the follow. Rebound, Bailey. UCLA ball, 1:50 to go, trailing by 1.
Ed O'Bannon time, Tim. I get it to Ed down low.
UCLA scores 80 points a game. They're not going to reach that, it does not appear. And 1:35 to go. That was Dollar. 1 point Bruin lead. 16 points for Cameron Dollar, the senior guard. Holloway. Watched by Bailey, inside to Cato. Cato over Henderson, won't drop for him. Dollar rebounding. And as usual, this senior guard steps up with key plays at both ends of the court.
1 minute.
He's their leader, welcomes the roll. They take a 20. 57.4 seconds left. A 1 point Bruin lead. The Bruins, who score 80.4 a game, shoot at 52%, had their problems here against Iowa State. And this is a long way from over with a 1 point game. 57.4 remaining. Bruins will have the ball when we return. Tim Ryan, Al McGuire back here at the Alamo Dome, and UCLA called a 20. It was put in the book over at the scorer's table. Then Steve Lavin wanted it to be a full. If he took the full, he had to lose them both, and that's what happened. So they struck a full from his ledger and a 20, so he's got 1 full remaining, no 20s. And you can see that Iowa State with 2 and 1.
Both teams had adequate timeouts for the next 57 seconds that's left to the ball game.
Bruins have come back twice from 16-point deficits before. Against Oregon at home, at Washington away. So they have the character to do it. They have done it here so far. There is less than a minute left. 1 point lead for the Bruins, 62-61. They were down 16 in this game.
This Cameron Dollar won't let them lose. He's the fellow that kept them in this game.
24 on the shot clock when they came back on the floor. It's now down to 12. Bailey inside to Henderson. Back for Bailey. Johnson over to Dollar. Dollar hits. He's had all the important points and plays in this game, bringing the Bruins back. 64-61.
What a close, clutch play. He has emotion in his play. He'd go for 3-point shot here, I would, and then foul if they don't hit it.
Here's Willoughby, the big 3-point shooter, hits.
How do they let him take that shot? You got to overplay Willoughby no matter where he is. That's the only way they can tie the game.
Tied at 64. He's at 8 from 3-point range.
We're going down to the last shot here. They miss it, it's OT. They'll take it a little bit soon, about 6-7 seconds, so a put back could also win the ball game. There's Dollar again.
Travel. He actually stumbled over a foot, it appeared, and gets called for traveling. 1.4 seconds left. We're looking at OT here, barring a miracle.
All you're going to see now is an alley-oop pass all the way down court to the foul line, extended down the other end.
1.4 left, tied at 64. Willoughby
is going to go all the way down.
State.
Alley-oop down. Nice play by Charles O'Bannon. Good play.
I'll tell you what, J.C. Holloway made a good attempt at it. But we're into overtime, the second time tonight here in San Antonio. Now at 5 minutes to 12 Central Time in Texas.
Here goes the alley-oop pass all the way down the foul line extended. He almost got a piece with Cato underneath. That shot, if it went in, it would have won the ball game. It was a Hail Mary.
We'll be right back with overtime. 1.4 seconds left. Iowa State made a great effort here. Watch Stacey Holloway.
They were dreaming of Christian Laettner on this play.
Up. He appreciated that effort by J.C. Holloway. It was close. He didn't hesitate. He saw the opportunity off the hands of the Bruin player and chucked it up there. So we're into overtime. Earlier, Minnesota had to go 2 overtimes to hold off Clemson 90-84.
Exactly.
Go ahead, Al.
Exactly the same play due against Kentucky when they threw it down to Christian Laettner and he hit that miracle shot.
That's right. Minnesota, in their case, was the 1 seed playing a 6 seed, playing a 4 seed, pardon me, and Clemson. But UCLA, in this case, playing the 6-seeded Iowa State Cyclones into their first overtime. Henderson, he missed as he got bumped, looking for a foul, none coming, but a foul called after that. Bankhead picks up his 3rd.
His 3rd, 9th team foul.
9th team foul will send O'Bannon to the line.
Charles O'Bannon with 2 shots for UCLA.
Charles had a solid game. One of his biggest assets against the hops. He can really sky.
There's the O'Bannon family, Mr. and Mrs. Ed O'Bannon.
His dad is shadowing the shot.
And Charles hits a pair. 2-point lead. UCLA's 4th overtime game this year. They're 1-2 coming into this one. J.C. Holloway.
Dollar now is playing Willoughby, but didn't get up in time.
Willoughby missing that one. Rebound Bailey. Oh, what a shot from Henderson. J.R. Henderson.
He had it adjust in the air. Cato was coming at him.
10 points for him. 4-point UCLA lead. Willoughby for Iowa State has 34 points, 8 of 15 from 3-point range. He also got 7 rebounds. Here's Willoughby again. Playing him a little tighter. Bankhead won't go for him. Bailey a good rebound.
No basket. That was a charge.
That's wiped out. Charging call against Chris Johnson. His first personal.
Here he is that called the charge. Goes right into the man. The man was in defensive position, both feet down and facing the defensive man. Good call. I think they got to get the ball to Pratt down low. Got to get it to him now.
3:45 to go in the first
Here he goes.
time. Here's Pratt. And Pratt, who can just climb up the ladder there. Goes over the taller Henderson. 13 points for him.
Dolly, you got to penetrate and kick off or drop off or take it all the way yourself.
There's O'Bannon. Bailey on the follow, tries again and scores.
Boy, Bailey showed athletic ability. He missed that first tap. The second one, he just went right back up to the same height again.
13 for him. Finally, the Bruin scoring attack starting to look like it has the last dozen games of the season. Pratt slipped. Diving grab.
Good hustle by Bailey, but his body went out of bounds.
Bailey went down hard. He's hurting.
Here's the turnover. Pratt gets the ball, slips, kicks the ball out. Now Bailey makes a maximum effort. His body slips out of bounds, stays with the Cyclones. The Cyclones also have the arrow, very important in overtime.
And Bailey calls a 20. 3:01 to go in the first overtime period. 4-point UCLA lead, 70-66. Steve Lavin pepping him up. Here's the foul situation. UCLA with 12 team fouls. Iowa State with 9. And both teams have used up their 20s. Iowa State has 3 full timeouts. The Bruins have 2. Possession arrow belongs to Iowa State.
So, Tim, both teams are in a super bonus. So what happens in this thing is usually make your first shot then, because there's no pressure on it. And 1-on-1, that first shot's you kind of tighten up a little bit.
Bailey, Dollar, Henderson, O'Bannon, and Chris Johnson for the Bruins. Holloway, Kelvin Cato, Pratt, Bankhead, and Willoughby for Iowa State. This is Pratt. Willoughby, 2 points, and followed by Cato.
What a tough dunk by Cato that time.
10 points for Cato, perfectly timed, jamming the rebound. 2-point game.
What a difference in the first half and the second half that UCLA has played. Looks like a little zone here with overplaying Charles O'Bannon. Looks like a box one. That's what it is. A box one. They're playing man-to-man on Charles O'Bannon. That's a box they're facing. You got to analyze that. Yeah, they haven't analyzed it. Trying to hammer in against the zone.
Bailey missing, rebounded by Bankhead. They used that against Cincinnati, putting Pratt on Fortson.
Yeah, that was a box one. That means 4 guys playing the zone and man-to-man on Charles O'Bannon.
This is Holloway.
Pratt's going up.
Whoop. Pass inside, and Pratt got hit in the head. He's down, and play carries on. Here's Henderson.
Now they'll call it. They have to let the play end, Tim, on something like that.
1:41 still to go. Pratt got hit in the face. We're not sure exactly where. We'll take a look at the replay here. Henderson with 12 points has the Bruins up by 4. Now watch Pratt. Let's see.
Got a nice elbow by Charles O'Bannon in the head.
Yep. O'Bannon reaching in to try and grab the ball there. Watch it again.
Obviously, it wasn't intentional. See him double teaming right away down on him. Now, the refs have to let the play go because UCLA has the numbers on the fast break. The second they scored, they called a medical timeout, if you want to call it, or their timeout. Now they're going to have to take him out of the game, I believe. He can come back in, but they have to take him out of the game.
Yeah, it looked like his elbow landed right on his temple, as it was kind of a stunning type blow. That's the way he went down. Looking a little dizzy right now. The doctor on the floor checking him out. 13 points for Pratt, 6 rebounds. And they don't want to be without him in this critical time. 1:41 to go.
They already made the substitution, but the next dead clock, he'll be back in.
Pratt goes to the bench. Clay Edwards comes on the floor for the Cyclones. UCLA by 4. 1:41 to go. Tough loss for Iowa State, having Pratt on the bench. Looks like he was just stunned by that blow to the head. Appeared to strike him out on the temple. This is Clay Edwards, and he hits. So Edwards comes in for Pratt, delivers right away. 2-point game. It was Edwards who got the winner against Cincinnati in round 2 of the tournament.
They're still in the box one. Playing Charles O'Bannon man-to-man. You can see it on your screen. You're open there. You got to take it, Johnson.
Chris Johnson in and out. Battle for the rebound, and Edwards comes away with it over Henderson. 1:03 to go. Ball in the hands of Willoughby. Going for 3. Off the front iron. Grazed at Henderson rebound.
Wow, did the Bruins dodge a bullet that time? That 3 was right there.
Under a minute we go. Dollar with the ball. Bruins with a lead.
Want to work the clock down.
The number 2 seeds trying to get to Minnesota, the number 1 seeds.
There's 15-second spread between the shot clock and the game clock. So even if UCLA scores a 2-pointer here, Iowa State can still win with a 3, but nope.
Bailey's pass for Johnson off the mark, out of bounds.
Pratt should get back in. Yes, here he comes. They got to put Pratt in. Excellent move.
Kenny Pratt comes back in. May still be a little groggy, but see him just stretching out his jaw muscle there. 24.3 seconds left. Iowa State ball on the miscue by the Bruins.
If Iowa State is trapped, they'll automatically call a timeout.
charge.
Pratt's going to get the ball, and he's going to do his thing.
Foul before the shot went up. 3 on O'Bannon. Charles O'Bannon.
Pratt shoots 64% from the foul line.
12.5 seconds left. 2 shots for Pratt. Can tie it up again. We had double overtime earlier when Minnesota ousted Clemson after a real dogfight. Pratt is 1 of 4 from the free throw line tonight.
He's a JUCO transfer out of Utah, and his home is Shy. Ooh, he hit a big one, huge. Woo.
14 points for Kenny Pratt, shaking off that blow to the head.
If he misses this, Tim, they'll foul immediately if he misses it. Try not to have any ticks off the clock.
He does.
Ooh, he walked.
Oh, my goodness.
Charles O'Bannon. No, but Charles O'Bannon and Johnson both had the ball. That's what created the walk. I think you'll see that in the replay.
A huge turnover there. 11.1 to go. 1-point game, UCLA. Cyclones have the ball in Bruin territory.
Alley-oop that works into Bankhead. Bankhead hit the alley-oop. There's 7 seconds. Let's see what happens. All the way, Dollar.
1-point game. It's Dollar up and in.
Oh, wow.
1.9.
Wow.
Cameron Dollar.
Holy mackerel, what a game.
Cameron Dollar with 1.9 left has the Bruins in front again by 1. UCLA leads by a point, and here's why. With 1.9 left, watch Cameron Dollar, number 5. Drives the lane and makes the shot down to 1.9 to send UCLA back in front by a point. Bankhead had just sent Iowa State into the lead by a point. And Cameron Dollar, now with a career-high 20 points in this game, has been the critical player at the critical times throughout this second half. Remember, UCLA was down by 16.
Now the same play all the way down. Alley-oop all the way down. You got to throw it high and down. Hey, son, you only got 5 seconds to get the ball in. What are you doing?
Clay Edwards, the sophomore from Morning Sun, Iowa, just seemed to lose track of the fact he only had 5 seconds to make that pass.
I was wondering what he was doing. He's going back and forth, and it was just a mental mistake. Now the odds are against Iowa State scoring 1.9 seconds left, but they would have had a chance.
Well, and they came close the last time he made the pass down court off a Bruin hand.
Ball's in,
has the ball.
game's over.
And that is it. The Bruins have survived the challenge of Iowa State and are into the Elite Eight. They will meet Minnesota for the regional championship here in the Midwest on Saturday here on CBS. What an effort by the Cyclones of Iowa State. Willoughby turned in a 34-point game, 8 3-pointers. But it was Cameron Dollar, the hero for the Bruins. Here's the last play, and it's in the hands of Cameron Dollar as time expires. Memories of Tyus Edney winning in the final seconds against Missouri 2 years ago. And Minnesota meets UCLA 1-2 Saturday at 3:40 Eastern Time into the Elite Eight for the regional championship in the Midwest. Chevrolet players of the game, easy choice is Willoughby, 34 points, 8 of 17 from three-point range. Cameron Dollar, a brilliant game for the Bruins, bringing them back from 16 down. He had a 20-point night, his career high, 9 of 14, including the winning basket. So we'll be back here at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. And right now we'll take you to Pat O'Brien after these messages.